Hey everybody, good evening. Welcome to Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show on TikTok. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. I'm glad to be with you tonight. Hey Yaya, welcome to the show. Kit Kat, Ashley, everyone who's out there, welcome. Hey Johnny Miller, welcome to Encounters. Good to see you too on this late night edition, 11:07 p.m. Good to have everybody here with us. Hope you're all having a grand night wherever you are around the world. Psychic Kimmy, good to see you. Someone in Japan, maybe, or China. Road, Michael Molino, Puppy Love, welcome to the show. Dawn Marie, good to have everyone in Merriweather, good to see you as well. Mimi, Debbie, all the good people coming in here from everywhere. Aldrad, I think it is. Edward David, thank you for the likes. Marion McClare. Daniel, welcome to the show. Hello, Ruby. We're just getting started here. Ellipse April 9th. Okay. April 9th is the ellipse. So we're in a pretty mellow mood here. It should be an interesting night in Merriweather. And we never know what's going to happen here on Encounters with people coming in. Just looking at all the names coming in here. And the way the show works is we are the number one top UFO spiritual talk show on TikTok or on social media for all our relatives. Good to see you. Many blessings. Gypsy Soul, welcome to the show. And let's see, Selena, I think it is. Gary G, welcome, Gary G. Dean. Let's see, Catherine Lee joined. Good to see you, Karen82. So Green. Mellotron, that's a good name. Hey, Romeo. Alex, are you reading me? That's funny. People saying, are you reading me? First they come in here. I'm not reading anything right now. We're just getting started. My break time, Commander Break. There you go. Romeo, Dakota, welcome to the show, Dakota. Everyone coming in here. This is Encounters. Teresa, welcome. Angela, welcome. Edic, welcome. And this is Encounters, the number one spiritual UFO talk show on social media. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. I got my apple cider going here. So we're going to just get amped up a little bit. Marilyn, welcome to our show as well. For new people coming in here, this is the most talked about spiritual UFO talk show on social media. Amy, welcome to the Bev, Trent, Dennis. Patricia oh wow, your dad worked for NASA. This should be interesting. And I'm going to follow you, Patricia. I'm wondering if Patricia has some inside information on NASA. Your dad worked for NASA, or dad worked for NASA. I wonder what he might have known. You know what? We might bring you up here to do an interview. I bet you can tell us a few things. 38 years. He's got to know something. 38 years in NASA. Do you remember the dream I told you about? Kristen Reed. I don't remember the dream at the moment. Okay, so whatever NASA is, if this person's dad worked for NASA as a talk show host, I ask questions. I want to know. You know, that's what we do here. We ask questions. You know, that's the beautiful part. We're going to have you on, Patricia, on audio in a few minutes. And we're going to talk about your dad's 38 years at NASA, what he was able to do, if he had any security clearance. I want to find out. I know audience will be interested in that too. So on this show, just let people know, we definitely try to keep it on the positive in terms of the vibes here. But it is a professional show. I do radio on WESUFM.org, NPR Pacific Radio for 21 years, Ashtar Command Radio worldwide, Cosmic Eye, every Sunday morning. Took the concept in late 2022 to 2023, and I was talked into coming on to TikTok. So I decided to create a show here, and I'm glad I did. And also, I'm the man from Mars, meaning I come from Mars, but I am here like everybody else, star-seeded. I came from Mars, but I chose to be here. I work with the Ashtar Galactic Commander, known as Ashtar Command, before there was any internet. I've been working with him for a long time. I work in Cosmic Christ Consciousness, and I'm telepathic. There you go. And there is a lot of things I do on a galactic level. But I love doing interviews and doing things like this on my show here, just like I do on my radio show. And we've interviewed many people, lots of different people. So we're going to get into it. And we are going to, I think, bring Patricia on as our first guest. Here's the rules of the show. No bullying of anybody. That's something I won't tolerate. No foul language. No drinking, smoking, drugs, or anything on the show. That will never get you on the show on this show here. You have to be over 18, no kids on the show, and no paranormal discussion. There's 7 or 8 different paranormal TikTokers out there. That's what they talk about. We're very focused on the cosmic, everything from fairies to Bigfoot, visitations by space people, UFO sightings. That's what we do. Hey, Julie, good to see you. You're having trouble with your phone. Okay, what's going on my phone here? Let's see here. I'm hoping I can bring you on. So we're going to bring Patricia on here. See if my phone stays bright. It is. And we're going to have Patricia on here as our first guest. Her dad worked for 30 years, Patricia.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Wait a minute. What's going on with that?
Huh. Oh, where's my charger? Hold on.
I think I have to charge up my headset.
Yeah, I keep losing. I can't hear sometimes, and I have to leave the page and come back, but that's okay.
Oh, that's weird. Well, it looks like I'm charged up, but I think I'm on. My headset is charged up, but I thought I was going to use the headphones here. Let me see what happens. Okay, is this going to work? Let me see. I'll try this here. Well, they are charged up, but things like my AirPod mode is not on here. So let me pause myself for a minute. I'm going to try to figure this out. And we're going to interview. Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
Okay. I think I got him. Let's see here. My AirPod thing was off. Good evening, everybody. Now I got to put the AirPods back on here. All right. Can you hear me? Let me bring that up. Hold on. All right. Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Yeah, my AirPods were off on my thing here, so I got the AirPods going. Okay, here we go. So welcome, Patricia, to our show.
Hi.
This is Encounters. If you're new, hey, good to meet you. And so you said your dad worked for NASA for 38 years. Can you elaborate on what level he was for 38 years in NASA?
Well, I thought he was making record players and light bulbs for GE, so
You thought he was working for GE?
Well, he was working for GE, but he's contracted out through the Department of Defense.
Department of Defense, okay. So tell us, where do you want to start with this? And tell us what you might know, what he knows, if he told you anything, revealed anything.
He really couldn't tell us much, but I can tell you this. I was going on a job interview one day, and I grabbed an envelope out of his drawer. I got on the bus. I had put my resume in it, pulled my resume out to look at it, and there was an overhead projector screen of the Hubble satellite. That was 1981.
Mm-hmm.
And when did that go up?
Right. Does anybody remember? When did it go up?
Well, I remember it was Friday the 13th when I flew out to Edwards Air Force Base, but I don't remember the year. I have it on my memory's a little foggy right now, but
Right. So
they
you
had to
flew
shut
out to
down all
Edwards
the
Air
air
Force
traffic.
Base, correct?
I'm sorry?
Yeah. You flew out to Edwards Air Force Base.
I didn't go to the base itself. We never went on base because my father didn't want us around the guys. So,
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
and the Magnet flew out on the 12th, and they had to stop all air traffic because it was so powerful, of course, to stop the engines on the plane.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about this. So what did he divulge anything to you regarding what he knew about was like NASA involved with knowing about extraterrestrial intelligence,
He
UFOs?
didn't elaborate on that. Okay. All he said to me was, if you think we're the only ones here, you better think again.
That's what he said to you?
Yeah.
Well, that's a revelation right there. He's can't without saying it, he's saying it.
Exactly.
So your father knew. He knew.
Of course.
Yeah. And what do you think about the whole thing with NASA last year doing a whole thing about UFOs and in fact not telling anything really? They just like had this public thing one day and there was really no information provided or anything. What do you feel about NASA from a personal level? He was contracted with NASA. Um, do you think NASA has been? And again, I just asked this as a general question. My personal understanding for NASA is that they've been covering up a lot of stuff.
Well, obviously, if your father can't come home from work and discuss things with you.
Right. That's a dead giveaway.
Yeah. I mean, there are a few things that I saw, um, and driving onto a base. I was a little girl. I remember being in the back seat of the car. We were all the way in the back where the hangars are. And I remember seeing a spherical, I guess, spaceship that was on three retractable legs in a hangar with a fence around it.
Like, repeat that again. Say that one more time.
I was on a base. We drove all the way to the back where there's nobody, and there was an airplane hangar with a fence around it, and there
Yeah.
was, I guess, a spaceship. I don't know, whatever. It was a
A
sphere.
U- yeah, like a UFO sphere, like a
It
round
was on
sphere.
three retractable legs you could see. And
Really?
yeah.
Wow, that's something that
I mean, I
nobody
went down
knows
to the
about.
launches all the time too.
hmm hmm
Yeah. So
So you actually saw a sphere, which is probably was an extraterrestrial craft
it was in the
of
late
some
60s.
late 60s, yeah. And it like that's really wild. So and this is what base was this at?
As far as I recall, it was in Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not familiar with Virginia. What base would be in Virginia?
Oceana.
Oceana. Okay, so you saw the sphere in Virginia fenced in, correct?
Correct.
Interesting. And was it like, did you get any vibes about it? Like when you were
I
looking
was a
at it,
little
what were you
girl.
thinking? A little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone's mentioning Langley too,
No, it wasn't Langley.
but it wasn't Langley. It
No.
was not Langley.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So did anybody get to take pictures? Oh, you're a little girl. I mean,
No.
you're not taking pictures.
No.
This thing was probably top secret.
Well, I have no clue. I was a little kid. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
People
Well,
people are saluting me, and I'm saluting back. My dad's standing behind me. I don't know what's going on.
right. But the fact that you saw this in the '60s, a sphere in a fenced area, that's something. Either unless we have reverse technology on a sphere, there was something there that's pretty unusual. I mean, come on now,
Do you know what triple C's was?
No, it's triple
I
C's.
don't know. I'm trying to find out.
Okay, where did you hear about this thing called triple C's?
My dad.
Your dad, triple C's. So he mentioned the word triple C's to you. He mentioned the word. He mentioned the word triple C's to you. Are you still there, Patricia? Uh-oh, what's going on here?
Sure.
Are you still there?
I'm here now.
Yeah, so the triple C's, You're trying to figure out you don't know what that is, correct?
No.
I don't know what that is either. Now you got me interested to look that up. I have
Yeah.
no idea what that would mean.
I've been trying to find out for years. I don't know. But I feel a little bit funny right now because,
Why?
well, I don't know. I know I was told that I'll be watched for the rest of my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Watched by who?
Intelligence.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
Hmm. Have you felt like you've been watched,
Oh,
or
I know I have.
you have been watched? So
I
you're
don't. I
being
could care
watched by.
less.
You don't care. That's good.
Mm.
So who do you think's watching you? The intelligence of the government of some level,
Yes,
or
some level.
mm,
It's
right?
okay
So
because
they want to keep their eyes on you because your dad was in the position he was in,
right,
probably.
exactly, and I have to respect that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right. Right. I got you. I got you. So is your dad still around?
No, he's been past 25 years.
25 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. 25 years ago he passed, and the government is still watching you.
For the rest of our lives, they have to. I was told.
Oh wow. That is very interesting. I've never heard that before, but that's really revealing and interesting. We have a good audience here. If you're new to the show, I'm glad you're here. You'll be addicted to the show. We have a lot of different people we've interviewed. We have a person in the DoD who we've had last year who
My
told us
dad did.
about
He also did 42 years in the Navy.
when he was in the Navy.
42 years.
Wow, wow. He had a pretty extensive background. Navy,
Yeah.
contracted with NASA. He must have known a lot of things he couldn't tell you.
I'm sure he did.
Oh yeah, yep. I'm absolutely certain.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for kind of coming up a little bit here. I'm glad you came up.
Yeah.
Uh,
I wish I felt more comfortable. I would tell you some more, but some things
when you feel
I
when you
don't.
feel more when you feel more comfortable, we'll never push you. As you can see, we're a show where people can feel very at home here. We're not the kind of talk show. I've been a contactee. I had contact with space people when I was a kid. They landed in a cul-de-sac where I lived, a spaceship, a flying saucer type craft, with
Right.
men and women that were wearing light space outfits, and they were telepathic. They were very beautiful, loving people. So I've seen them. I've seen the space people. You see, but I love to hear other people like yourself. And when you do feel comfortable, as you start watching my show more, feel comfortable to come on and reveal some other things that maybe you do know, but I'm not going to push you on it. I'm going to stop, to the point where you feel okay. And then as you get more comfortable with the show, you can come back and say, Commander, I want to come on and really tell you some stuff. And I want
Okay.
you to, all right? But
All
I
right.
thank
Thank
you
you
for what
very
you did
much. It was
tell.
nice.
I mean, the
Nice.
seer thing was a great revelation. I don't think anybody knew about that. So that was a great
Yeah.
story.
Well,
Hey,
it was nice
Patricia.
chatting with you.
Yeah, everyone say clap hands for Patricia for coming on our show for the first time. We
Take
really
care,
appreciate you.
everybody.
All right, Patricia, you too. All right. That
Bye
was
bye.
Patricia. And we got a little bit of info out of her. I think she knows a little bit more than she can tell us. But it was interesting just to get the thing about the seer when she was a little kid, fenced in an area. That's information I don't think anybody would have known. I know she must have been a little bit nervous, and that's okay. We treat everybody with respect here. And her dad was contracted for the NASA. He was he did a lot of stuff evidently. So we're glad we had her on here tonight. You're watching Encounters, and this is why our show is the way it is. And that's why we bring people on here, because we never know. We can never know what's happening. So she's being watched by the government. Her dad died a long time ago, and she's being monitored by the government. Interesting, isn't it? On this show, we get all kinds of folks here. We have Starseed, we have people being visited by ETs, people that are videotaping spaceships. That's why this show is the number one spiritual UFO talk show. If you've missed the interview just now, we'll have this recorded and it'll be on our YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. All the shows from the previous two nights are on our YouTube channel. So we're glad to have everybody here. So hopefully she's Hey, Rob, good evening. So, as the night goes on, we're going to be interviewing more people, hopefully. And it's turning out to be an exciting, interesting night here on Encounters. As always, you never know. You never really know. So, here's the deal if you have 200 plus followers and you're new to the TikTok, you can actually come on. Hey, young Skywalker, may the force be with you as well. If you have 200 followers, you can come on live on audio. Hey, Rod, if you have up to 1,000 followers, you can come on audio and video. Just like Patricia did the first time on here. She was a little bit nervous, and we made her feel home on the show, and she divulged a little bit of stuff. I think she knows more. I think as time goes on, if she feels comfortable, we'll have her on again. I get that sense about people, you know. Hey, Linda, good to see you. Good evening, JBL from Australia. Good to have you in Australia. Welcome to the show. Good to have everybody here. Chesno, good to see you. I know Chesno is in here. Alexander, good to see you. Ja, thank you for the gifts. We all just remind you, hey, Cliff, tough to go on. And just to let people know, we appreciate your gifts to my show when I'm on. Gifting is always something I am not shy about. So please, if you support what we're doing, become a subscriber. You can subscribe for a month, 2 months, whatever you want to do. That's for our C5 military night vision equipment. Also, like I said, gifting through the show is good. And the gifting thing I'm going to set here tonight, I'll thank you for the hat. What is my gifting tonight? What am I doing here? Oh, I got the lights going. I'm pinning the lights tonight. So I'm doing the hanging lights, but you can gift me anything you want. You have no, you can do it any way you want there. So I just added the lights. I got my first one. Hey, Rod, thank you so much. I appreciate it, brother. So, but if you want to do hats, lights, whatever you want, that's up to you. But I have put the lights up there, hanging lights. So everything seems to be getting pretty interesting. I was watching the moon tonight when I got out of work at 8 up here in New England, and the moon was like a crescent moon, and it was so clear it looked pretty weird. To me, it looked weird. It was just the clearest thing I've ever seen. It just looks strange. It's like a shadow on the crescent moon, and it was just really. I was like just watching it. Actually, that could be possible. Communications. Thank you, Ruby. Communications Coordinating Council. Ashley, I have to check that out. That could be. I don't know. It could be. But I was watching the moon tonight, and I don't normally, focus on the moon too much. It's up there, but this crescent moon, like I said, this is not right. There's something wrong here. And my initial reaction is because I don't usually look at the crescent moon all the time, but I kept looking at it like there was the moon and there's this shadow over the moon. Yeah, Sean, the moon is very strange. Well, tonight it was really strange for me. I mean, I don't usually. Actually, you say it's a membership to CCC. Interesting. I saw it too. So, anyone else see the crescent moon tonight? Did it not look kind of weird? Maybe it's me, but I got several pics. The moon didn't look the same to me. Yeah, the moon looks strange. I'm going to tell you what I thought the moon looked like to me. I took one picture, but I couldn't get the picture I needed. Let's see if I have the picture up here. I'll see if I can bring it on. I don't think I can. Well, I don't think the picture's good enough. Let me see if I have a picture of the moon. I got a picture. I'll show the picture of the moon here. This is kind of. Here's my picture. This is my picture of the moon with my camera. I couldn't get a good picture. This is a picture of what was the crescent moon, Waco Gal. So when I was looking at the moon, the dark part looked like it covered most of it. I know they call that a crescent moon, but it didn't look right. It really didn't look right to me. I mean, I was just had to take some pictures. This is what I got. Now, it's not the best picture from my cell phone, but this is my picture of tonight's moon around 8 o'clock in the evening on the East Coast. I tried to zoom in on it, but then it would get too bright, you know? Yeah, it looked very different. I mean, I found it very strange. Now I don't have the best camera. Yeah, it looked like a disc was overlaid of sorts. That's what I was thinking. I've never seen anything like that. Like I said, that is pretty weird. That's what came out with my picture. Before I left the hill that I was on a high hill. I took the picture, and that's what came out. You tell me what you think. Only on encounters. All right. I said I had to take that picture. If I didn't take that picture tonight, I would be losing something I wanted to show people. This was just too strange. You know, it was too strange. So look at this. This is from tonight, Monday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. I took photos. I don't know what to say, but that was the strangest thing. 8 o'clock this evening when I got out of work, I stopped in my tracks. I couldn't leave. I had to take a picture. Got out of my car, took the picture of the moon. And I said, something really strange. And thank you, Grace. There's something really strange about it. If you look at it, it looked like it was an overlay, like an overlay of something else over the moon. Now, I guess there's shadows that block things, light, but that was at 8 o'clock tonight. 8 o'clock. It's a little bit blurry because I tried to zoom in on it, and I might be getting a double image. But yeah, it looks like it just looked really weird. No, I didn't think it was UFO. I don't know what I was seeing. It was just, it wasn't, it didn't seem right. Something did not seem right, you know? And that's from tonight for people coming into the show. I was trying to take a few pictures, and I said, I'm not getting the right image, you know? Not getting the right image there. Hmm. Yeah, I think a lot of people, if you're like me, you're looking at the crescent moon and you say, wait, there's something wrong with the crescent moon. It wasn't, there's something strange, It doesn't seem, it didn't feel right. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the moon did not feel right tonight. There's something that was not right. Hey, Stargazer. So I want to let people see this who are coming in. This is from tonight, my picture of what was supposed to be the crescent moon. Good evening, child of God. Everybody coming in here tonight, welcome to the show. This is Encounters. The commander took a picture of the moon tonight at 8 o'clock. That was, I thought it was a crescent moon, but it felt like there was something else there. It really felt like there was something else in front of the moon. It didn't feel right. I don't know what the answer is, but it just didn't feel right. Larry, thank you. My inner sensors tell me there's something not right with the moon. There's something going on there. What's going on there? And I have to look and see if the charts say that there's a crescent moon tonight. I think there is. But even if there's a crescent moon, the moon looked really not like it should look. I mean, to me anyway. Well, in song, good to see you, child of God. Good to see you. We'll go back to, well, in song, thank you for the roses. Let's go back to, okay. Yeah, so that's just want to show you the moon. Maybe somebody's got better pictures than I have. Well, I was looking at one moon, but I couldn't get the picture right, so it doubled it. I don't think there's two moons. Well, I should probably take that back because I can tell you some stories here, folks. When about less than 10 years ago, when I was coming home, I looked at the sky and I saw two moons. I saw the first moon, actually, yeah, I saw two moons. I had to pull over and they looked different. It looked like it was another dimension. I saw two different moons. And this happened for a whole week. This is about 10 years ago, where I am here. Then tonight I look at the moon, which is a crescent moon. I have to look at the moon chart to see what's going on with the moon. But it looked very strange tonight, and I'm not the only one I think is thinking this. Anyone else look at the moon tonight around 8 o'clock? Anybody? I'd love to hear what you were seeing. You know, I know there's like a shadow or something. I don't know much about how that works, but I do know that the energy felt really, really different. It was very thin. I haven't seen it yet. It it is a portal opening for the ships. That's is it? Oh, you're asking me. I have no idea. I don't think so, but I just felt I'm just gonna at this point say that everything was strange tonight. Looking at the moon, that's the weirdest thing. I felt like, what the heck's going on here? I will just have to send you a message about it. Okay, Ashley. Oh yeah, yeah. Send me a message to me. I'll take a look at it. Hey Renee, welcome to the show. So things are happening. You know, our sky is getting kind of strange. Energy's shifting, and we're in for a wild weather today. Absolutely, Grace. We're getting into warmer weather here, which will be good for planting season. I hope we have a lot of sun, a lot of heat, and not too much rain because I got to grow the watermelons this year. That's what the commander does when he's not on TikTok in the summertime. I'm growing watermelons. I have a light garden, a big one, and I grow not tomatoes, I grow grapes and strawberries and blueberries. Well, I hope it's hot without too much rain in New England because it just killed my watermelon season. Lacey says I want a slice. That might be possible. So on the ship, they grow these pearl watermelons on the spaceship that Friends with Furries was on, and they're very tiny and they're supposed to be very sweet. So I'm hoping to get some of those pearls down here on Earth and try to grow them in my greenhouse. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, they do sound delicious. I'm hoping to try one of those things. I'm game for fruits and vegetables from other planets. I'm definitely game for that. You know, we'll have to do some taste tests. Hey, good to see everybody here. Yeah, blocking it. Something is in front of it. That's what I was saying, Joe Davis, tonight at 8 o'clock. When I was looking at the moon, it looked like something was in front of the moon. I mean, like a solid object was in front of the moon blocking it. I'm telling you, that's exactly what I was thinking. But we don't know. I mean, my first impressions. I love the grapes like you grow. My grandpas used to grow them. Trade them some big watermelons for the. You know what, Larry? I might just do that. When my watermelons are ready, I'll see if they want one of the watermelons. Maybe we can do then I'll give them some of the seeds. They can grow them on their planets. That'd be kind of cool. Venus went out, and I just can't see the moon. You can't see the moon. Whereabouts, Venus, are you on the planet? We're in Connecticut here, and we were looking at it. Oh, okay, it's below the horizon now. Okay. Interesting. Good evening, Aurora Hopkins. And you're in New Jersey, East Coast. Okay. Up here, it was kind of clear outside. You were able to see the moon pretty good. I was outside taking trash out, and I don't see the moon. It was blocking. It was blocking. Moon is missing on Long Island. I'm in North Carolina. Can't see the moon. Huh, that's really weird. It's been raining. Okay. So a couple people have clear skies and they can't see the moon. It should be a crescent moon. Hmm. Yeah, that's what I was saying. There's something in front of the moon. Yep, my moon is gone too. It's very low. Well, the moon is very low now. It was up higher earlier, and we had clear skies. I'm going out, so if the moon's low, you might not see it. It's gone now. So, Little Snake and Bake, when you saw the moon, did you see it as being a crescent moon? What did you see? I'm kind of curious. No moon in Texas. Hmm. Orion is not right in the right spot. Interesting, Joe Davis. Hey, Joe's B420. Hello. No moon in Chicago. The same. It looks strange. I thought about taking a photo. No moon in Michigan. I just got home. No moon in Florida. Depending where you are in the world, you might not be seeing the moon right now, depending on your weather. Karen Woods, welcome to the show. Suzanne Bidell, the Beardness, welcome. Jeff Key, welcome to Encounters. North Hunter, welcome. So Sarah said she saw the crescent setting in Texas at 8 p.m. Sarah, did the moon look strange to you? Ashtar Ship, welcome. So we'll see what's happening here. A beautiful crescent. Okay. It's a waxing crescent moon tonight. Okay. Mothership resupply. So we're getting various opinions, which are great, about the moon. Have you ever traveled in time? Nope. Cloud cloaking UFOs. Alien doll. Got nothing but clouds. Yeah. Commander, I have pics of the day and night pics of the moon in my story. Feel free to save and share. The moon looks strange to me, and I'm in Dallas. Okay. So some people are saying the moon did look strange, and other people said it was beautiful, like the crescent moon. Various sharings, which is great to get various people with various amounts of information. And if you're new to the show, we are always interested in interviewing people that have had encounters, sightings, seeing crop circles, Bigfoot, angels, all those things, including fairies and so forth. Thank you, Lacey. Good evening, Monique. Evening, Commander. How are you? We're doing well. Good to have everybody with us. Tarina, welcome to the Tina, welcome to our show. So if you're interested in telling a story, if you have a story to tell, please let me know in the sentencing here in comments what your story is. Have you had visitations by ETs? Have you had sightings? Those kind of things. Let's see. Alien Doll says she was abducted. I think we can bring her on here. And Lady T, welcome. Let me see here. Tony has a question. Tony, what's your question? We will get another guest up here in a minute or two. I've seen odd things while looking at the moon sometimes. Interesting, Susan. Hey, Susan. Scandinavian country. Welcome to the show, Scandinavian country. Dominic Di Cruzo. Ted, welcome to our show. Sharky9021. User 539, welcome. Hey, friends of furries, welcome to the show. And also Lily's Shake. Definitely good to see you. And if people wish to be a guest on the show and have things they want to share, press the guest request and we will have you on here with us. Again, the way it works here, no bullying, no foul language at all, no drinking, smoking, vaping, or whatever, just none of that. And Alien is going to be our first guest, well, our second guest. Alien will be on right now. And let's pray my lighting stays good. Good evening, Alien. Welcome to Encounters.
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing good. And yourself?
I'm doing good.
Oh, good. And tell us a little bit. You said you were abducted.
Yeah, I was abducted in my 20s.
In your 20s, okay.
Yeah.
And so did you ever, I mean, how would you ever know that's going to happen? Did you have, like, before your 20s, just a regular kid's life?
Yeah, just regular.
Okay. So what do you think precipitated, in what year did you start being abducted?
Well, I don't know. I think, maybe I've been watched, but I was abducted at one time, I know for sure. I was about in my early 20s. I woke up and I was like in the spaceship. And there was like 5 alien beings around me and I couldn't move. And I was like levitated in the UFO. Like, I don't know what was going on, but there was like this weird spirally thing above me. And that's all I saw. And then I went back to like sleep and I woke up and like that day, laying in my bed, but it was very real. I know it happened, It
Yeah.
was
So just so you know, there aren't any aliens, but you were taken by non-terrestrial beings. What did they look like?
like a typical grays. There was like 5 of them around me. And then there was like
Mm-hmm.
this one really golden looking being in the background. Yeah. So
Really?
yeah, it really made such an impression. This memory is like seared into my brain because I woke up pretty scared, because I was
Yeah.
like, what is going on?
So wait a minute.
Yeah.
So you had the Zeta, which the people they'll call them grays, but they're really called Zeta Reticuli. So what's really interesting in your story is you said there was a golden being in the background. What did they look like?
Um, I just remember kind of like holographic. Like
Holographic.
they weren't like the grays. The grays like were like physical. This
Yeah.
being like almost like in control, but it was like holographic looking.
So do you think it was controlling the Zeta?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they call, but yeah, it was very interesting. I felt like it was definitely like in charge, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
My friend April is saying, sounds like the government up to no good. It could be. Could be. So this is in your 20s. So when you had that experience, how long did it last? Do you remember?
Like that whole experience, like maybe a few seconds when I was
A
like I
few
woke up.
seconds.
I woke up.
Really?
I was in the UFO with these beings around me, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I mean, of course, I mean, I'm gonna be terrified.
Mm.
And then it
Yeah,
was
I
like a
mean,
quick second, I was back out, and I was like woke up in my room, but
mm-hmm.
it was real. Like it was like it definitely was not sleep paralysis because I know
Yeah,
it wasn't sleep paralysis.
yeah,
It
it
was
was a real
real.
experience for you.
It was real.
Um, what were they doing? Do you have any idea what they were doing?
I don't know. I really don't know.
So did
But
they
I
do, I mean,
never forgot that experience.
did they do anything like and do any implants or or did they just watch you?
I don't know. I really don't know. They were just around me.
They were around
Who
you, but you
knows?
don't,
I don't know. Maybe they were
huh.
doing whatever their probing thing. I have
Well,
no clue. I don't
did you,
know.
did, did you ever think of getting hypnotic regression to find out?
I would love to, actually. I would honestly love to. So if
Yeah, I
ever,
mean, the person I used to know, I met many years ago, Bud Hopkins is a famous person who strictly did hypnotism on people that were abductees or abducted. I don't know if he's still alive anymore. I don't know if he is, but people like him do exist where their training is on people that have been abducted by non-terrestrial beings. And so you might not remember anything because it's just hard. That's a very interesting thing that you had only a few seconds and you were back in your normal environment. That's just really strange,
yeah,
you
it was
know.
really weird. It was.
Yeah, it
And
sounds
I
pretty
haven't
weird.
really shared it with many people, so it's just kind of
Well, I'm glad you came on here
kept
to
to
do it, you
myself.
know. Well,
Yeah,
my show is a safe place to share that, right?
yeah.
It is a
I
safe
thank
place,
you. Yeah.
you know.
Well,
So I thank you.
I've been like obsessed with UFOs ever since because I know it would happen. I knew it was
Hmm.
real. You know,
Hmm.
I wasn't like sleep paralysis. I wasn't dreaming. I wasn't on drugs. I wasn't. You know, this was actually did happen.
No, I believe you. You know, Edic is asking me if people's memories are erased during abductions. So it could be that the Zeta didn't want you to remember anything, and maybe it was longer than a few seconds, but you only thought it was a few seconds, when in fact it could have been way longer. But in your conscious mind, they made it look like it was a few seconds, and bam, you're back home, or you're back in your home, not on a
Yeah.
spaceship. I think if there was a way of finding an honest person that does, who's a hypnosis of people that have been abducted, there are people. I would have to check. You know, maybe if I find something, I'll pass you on the information if it's something honest. And I
Yeah.
think you might want to pursue that. I think.
I would like to. I would actually really appreciate that. Yeah.
No, I'll do that for you. I'll find out. I'll do some research.
Yeah, but I have seen a UFO as well. Just
Hmm.
a few years ago, I did see a UFO. So,
Now, and what did the UFO look like? Can you share
uh,
that story? What
well,
that?
me and one other person saw it when we were out in the field. It glided above us, like a few. I don't know. It was gigantic. It was enormous. It was like when the lights were, had the lights underneath, and it was nighttime. We were in the field. It glided like very silently above us, and it was enormous. That's all I remember.
Wow.
And my friend who was there with me, can vouch exactly. It was the freakiest thing ever.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah, it definitely feels to me like that was weird. It feels like to me like they didn't erase the memory, they made you forget the experience. Well, you didn't forget the experience, you remember that you were on
Yeah,
the
I
ship,
woke
right?
up. I woke up. Yeah,
So you have some memory of it, but not a complete memory of what happened. I think a lot more happened than that you don't remember.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I don't really know much. I'm just saying what I saw. And what
Thank you,
happened.
Charles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you coming up here. Well, we're gonna have to do some research for you about hypnosis, and I'm gonna try to do some digging and find out who's honest and knows what they're doing. You know, because you have to have the right person, and that's really important. You know,
Yeah, that is true. How long have
Alicia says,
how long have you been doing UFO stuff, by the way?
I
Research.
mean, I mean, research for
Yeah.
ever since my adult life. I've had sightings. I had my first encounter back in the 60s with a spaceship in the cul-de-sac where I lived in Long Island as a kid before moving up to New England. And I went upstairs. My brother and my mother and father were down in the kitchen. And I shared this story before, but I don't ever assume everybody knows it. And then I went upstairs and I said, "You guys got, I saw the spaceship hovering. There were men, women, and children in light blue space outfits. They were telepathic. They looked just like us. They were a little bit taller, but they were beautiful looking. And all I remember all these years, I never forgot them. I
Wow.
used to think, for the first week when that happened, I thought I was dreaming. But then all these years later, I never forgot what they looked like. I
What
never
did they
forgot what they
look
were
like?
wearing.
What did
They
they
were
look
human, just like us, very beautiful people, men and women and children.
like?
They
Oh,
were in space
interesting.
outfits. Yep. I never had a negative contact. All my contacts have been positive.
Oh, that's
I don't
good.
have any negative contacts at all.
Good.
Never. So I'm a contactee. So when I've done radio for 21 years on NPR radio. My 21st year is this year. called Ashtar Command Radio, and it's basically a show dedicated to the space people, the star people of light. And I've interviewed many people on that show for over 21 years. So, uh, hey, nice to see you, Damien. So
Wow.
I took my concept of radio, and I decided to do a TikTok show because there was nothing like it here to get something going here, which I'm glad I did because there's just all I saw on TikTok was people fighting each other, arguing and yelling. I said I'm going to bring a talk show up here, and it's been phenomenal. It's been the best thing I ever decided to do for people.
That's awesome. I think it's good that you're sharing this information because a lot of people don't get this
Thank you,
information.
Elle.
The government has shut it down, so I don't know. It's
Oh yeah,
interesting.
I know things. I know things because I'm not from here. I'm from Mars, and Mars is a planet of 10 to 15 million people. I work with the Ashtar Command. Have you ever heard of the Ashtar Command?
No, but I've been watching your show. I've only learned it since I've been watching your show. So yeah,
Oh, good. Yeah.
yeah.
So the Ashtar Command, for people that are watching the show here, I work in a Christed cosmic consciousness, which means the Ashtar Command represents the very foundation of the best of the beautiful planetary systems of peace. They represent all the galactic civilizations of peace. The Ashtar Command is like the positive force that's coming back to Earth. And then there are the lower vibrational ETs that are in third dimension. They have spaceships, but they can't go anywhere other than within this dimension. Ashtar Command is, most of them are human, like us. Many of them are very beautiful. They might be different colors of the rainbow, but they all work in a synergy of peace and love and understanding, and that's what the Ashtar Command is about.
That's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I do,
Yeah,
I've heard of like the galactic uh, Empire of Light, and all of that stuff, so
yeah,
I don't know if it's similar or,
yes. Well, the Ashtar Command actually oversees all the other galactic forces. So they're like the top notch of all the galactic spiritual levels. They work in the highest levels. They're like the my friend Athena would say the Ashtar Commanders are guardians of the light. So and truly, I have a poster that she gave me years ago, and it says co-creating heaven on earth. That's what the Ashtar Command's about, co-creating heaven on earth. What does that mean? A place of heaven is a place of peace, a planetary system of love, a planetary system of light. Al, thank you so much for the hanging light. And so that's beyond being a talk show host professionally. I also, because I'm a contactee and I don't come from Earth, I'm a different kind of UFO talk show host because I don't wear a suit and tie and I don't talk like a, whatever. I
yeah,
just be who I am, and I love people, and my mission is to bust the matrix. That's why I'm here.
that's cool. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
It is good. Definitely
Well,
working for the light. That's awesome.
oh, always, always, always. That's where I mean, I've had people on who've been abducted. I have all kinds of stories on this show here, but in the end of the day, I'm here to bust the matrix and disclosure, and get people to realize that there are beautiful things coming to Earth, because we've been so programmed to believe that everything's negative when it really isn't. It's just programming, and when you get programmed, people believe the program. But I'm here to tell people it's not that way. The pictures I talked about the other night is that the images on TikTok and YouTube about ETs, most of the people that do content always show either a Zeta, or they show a negative looking monsterized looking ET that's AI generated. And so much of that garbage is all over the place. You won't see that here. You won't see
Yeah,
it here
that's good.
because,
Yeah, I don't
you
think
know,
there's anything bad about them. I think they're more scientific.
yeah,
I
I try to teach people that there are the negative ETs, which are low vibration, and a lot of people portray them as being good in their pictures, but they don't have an understanding, as I do, that there are space beings that are very filled with light that are here to help us, and there are others that are not here to help us, that have been here, and they're being actually pushed off the earth. They're at their last ends, pretty much. The negative ETs are pretty much out. So for example, if I show you a picture right now, and I will I did this last night. I just want people to know the difference of what a positive space person looks like. I'll show you right here. Here's a picture you don't see. Most pictures you see are of ugly looking, scaly looking, monster like
Yeah,
ETs.
that's true.
And
That's what
so
they do look like. Yeah.
now these kinds of star people exist. They're all over the universe.
Yeah.
But what Hollywood does, Hollywood shows you negative ETs like the movie Alien, Sigourney Weaver. Nothing beautiful there. It's all like, foamy monster aliens that are ready to kill people. That's just not the way it is. And this other thing here, here's another one. I'm going to get more pictures. Here's a woman. This woman here her name is Athena. Athena is married to a beautiful star being called Ashtar. People might have heard of the word Ashtar or the Commander Ashtar. He does exist. This is a portrayal. This is a painting done, I think, in the 60s or I think it was 70s or 80s. This is Ashtar's wife.
Well,
Now, that's what she looks. This
I
is Commander.
like her right now.
Right. This is Commander Ashtar. Commander Ashtar. I'm going to show you Commander Ashtar. This is Ashtar. And Ashtar is the husband of Athena. So they're married to each other. They're from a faraway. This is from an actual book that's out of print from the early 90s or late. No, I think it's actually late 80s, maybe. A woman name was Tuella. She's no longer around. She was a contactee with the space people. So they did an artist rendition of Ashtar and his wife, which is called Athena. And we go back to Athena, and Athena is a very beautiful person too. So those two are married to each other. Look at her face.
Oh, yeah.
Very beautiful being. And then here's Ashtar and his wife, Athena. Okay? So you wouldn't see this. Most people who do UFO content show you ugly looking faces of space people. And here's another picture. Here's a picture of me superimposed on a spacesuit. And these are other space beings portrayed that you don't see.
That's wild. And they got blonde hair. That's interesting.
Yes, well, and and these do, but there are others that might have dark hair, might have purple hair. So I want people to get used to the fact that these are the majority of what is in our beautiful universe, are the star people. And the star people are coming back.
Yeah, I do agree with that. They are coming back. That's for sure. Well, they are here, and they're about to announce themselves.
Oh, yes, very soon. Very soon. Very soon. Yeah. Here's another picture. A bunch of star beings, radiating their beautiful light energy, and there's a circular object of something they're looking at. Here's another picture of a beautiful rendition of a painting of a huge ship, a spaceship.
That's pretty.
I have lots of stuff like this. It's just people have been programmed to believe that the image of an ET looks like a monster. Dimple's welcome. So I'm here to bust that matrix, and that's one of the things I'm doing now. Is I'm going to show more pictures of the positive space people, because people need to see that.
Well, what about the Bayside Mall aliens that they have?
Oh, I don't really focus too much on that. I'm not really too concerned with that whole thing. I'm more concerned with people waking up and realizing there's a bigger picture here.
Okay.
That's really not so much, and it was never really a focus of mine anyway about Miami. My whole thing is that I want people to get to realize that there are star people. For example, I have a friend, we have a few of my friends here. There are 4 of us that the Ashtar Command has selected to go off planet. We're going to physically go on a spaceship, probably within the next 4 months, I think. I'm just getting that feeling.
Yeah, there's a lot of feelings going around with people, because people think we're on the tip or the verge of something, with the disclosure.
Well, we are on the verge,
Something's definitely coming down the pipe.
Well, the disclosure is not coming from the government.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I never wish I got into the Bayside Mall alien thing, because I got shadow banned on my account. And they sent me a message to take down one of my things that I had put up about the aliens from the mall. So I just kind of stayed away from that too, because I would rather focus on the more positive aspects.
More positive. Too many people in that, and I stayed away from it.
Yeah.
I just think it's more people to know there's some beautiful things that are coming. It's too bad. People. Also, the other thing is we need to all band together on here because on the planet Earth, there are those people, at least in this particular world in our country, that want to ban TikTok from. I don't want to get into it, but I'm very aware of it. People need to contact
No, I agree.
their.
I think because of the UFO. No, you don't see any UFO stuff except on TikTok, and I think they want to ban it because they can't suppress any information on TikTok
Yeah,
because
they can suppress
it's like
it.
the last
Well,
bastion of free speech.
I think that they're going to have a trouble banning TikTok from an intergalactic perspective. They're going to if everybody contacts their senators and congresspeople, which you need to do tomorrow before Wednesday, that's when they're going to be voting. Find
Okay.
out who your U.S. representatives are. I usually don't care, but in this case, do it. Everybody do it. Find out, look in the internet and find out who your congressional representatives, doesn't matter who they are, and tell them that they must vote not to ban or support banning TikTok in the United States. That's
And
all.
when do
That's all
they
I'm going
have
to
to
say.
do that by? What date?
They're going to be voting on it Wednesday.
So Wednesday we have to call in and
No,
tell them.
no. You have to call in tomorrow before Wednesday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow's
Okay.
Tuesday. Tuesday is when you need to call in. Everyone needs to, and make sure that we, keep this place a free place to create, explore, and be who we are.
I agree.
The
Thank
com-
you. Thank you so
yeah.
much for having me on, by the way. I do
Oh,
enjoy
I
your
appreciate it.
show.
Oh, thank you, Elian.
Yes. Okay. Bye bye.
All right, I'm going to take you out. Thank you for
Thank
sharing your
you.
story.
Thank you for having me on.
Oh, my pleasure. And we're going to bring on different people, and we'll see who's next here, who can come on. I press a button. I'm being very random tonight. I think they want to ban it because I personally think it's because of the whole UFO thing. That's because I'm involved in this subject. But everyone needs to be proactive tomorrow and contact your senators and U.S. representatives and tell them that you don't agree with them doing that. I have to do this again. My TikTok is kind of weirded out. Let me try this again. I'm going to bring you back up here. Hold on a minute. Let's do this here. I will try this. Let's see. And I'll try it again. And we'll see if it works. It's going to let it do its thing. And thank God my TikTok is not fading my face out like it does some nights. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, April. How's it going?
It's going well. So we had another visit last night.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we need to definitely talk about that. What's going on now? What happened last night?
So last night they came in my room. This time they came in my house.
Oh, the space people?
Yeah, they came in my room. I was actually just sitting up, getting ready to be settled for bed, and a light came right through my room, right through my window, bright light, and they came in. They walked right through the wall and stood around me on the bed. And my brother reached his hand out. I took his hand. I didn't even get off the bed, and zoop, we were out the window.
Did you go back on the ship?
Yep. So if
You
you're
did.
wondering how they're going to come and get you, it's going to be right through the wall, because they apparently they can do that.
So when they come and get each of us,
It'll
I
be
can be
wherever
sitting.
we're at. They have that capability.
They have that capability. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us now. This is new information. April is one of the people. If you've not known about April, she's a good friend of ours in Vermont. We met through TikTok when I came on here. It's about a year ago when I started my show. I knew nobody here. A lot of my friends here locally I never knew, like Chesno and Grace. None of us knew each other. It's just kind of an interesting scenario how this is all happening. But the ship she was taking on, our Ashtar Command, I talked about Ashtar Command earlier. The Ashtar Command are working with us, and they have, now this is your 8th time, I think, going on the ship, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So when April came back and we met, down the road, eventually they said that I was going to be going on the ship. And she told me about my father. I have a father that's a non-biological father. My Earth-based parents are no longer here, and his name is Commander Robar. And then I have brothers and sisters that are on the ship too, and she has family on the ship. Then recently we find out Johnny, who's one of our moderators, I don't know where Johnny is located, but
Johnny's
they
located
said
in New Jersey.
in New Jersey. So this is really weird. He's in New Jersey. She's in
We're all in a
Vermont.
line.
We're in Connecticut. Kit Kat's in Long Island, correct?
We're all in a line. We figured it
It's
out.
yeah, it's all in the line. So they were giving April information about the people that were going to be taken on the ship. So we're going to be going very shortly on a journey. And the way I understand that we're all just very regular people. I have a job. I'm a customer service agent. I'm just a regular person. Well, I say that, but maybe not. But none of us are really regular people,
Amanda,
right?
there's nothing normal about you. We love you, and you're not normalness.
Yeah, I try to be a regular person, but I get that's kind of hard to do. I think I'm a little bit out there,
That's okay. That's okay. We all are.
So Monique, the reason why they keep taking her on the ship is because of the mission work that's going to be done. When they selected her, they came to her, and she lives all the way up in the mountains in Vermont. I used to live in Vermont, so I know the area, and it's very remote. And so she's had many of the spaceships of the Ashtar Command coming over, and they initially, started very, very slowly to make contact, and they have. Now, all of a sudden, we're going to be doing this mission work, and the four of us all live in the region. Johnny lives in New Jersey. I live in Connecticut. Kit Kat lives in, I think, Long Island. So all four of us live really not far when you think about it. And we're going to be taken together on the ship, and then we're going to be taken to certain places, and then we're coming back to actually share what we learn. And we're going to get to try their food. She's tried their vegetarian food on the ship. They have a living ship that they grow vegetables and fruits.
A living ship, a working ship, and a waiting ship.
And a waiting ship.
Yeah.
So now you were taking on the ship again. Any messages of any new information they wanted to share?
There's more information.
Okay.
Some of it I will talk to the three of you about later. But the rest of it was meant for everybody. So I went back on the weather ship this time. The weather ship is the one that does the moisture, and it's the round ball ship, the one that I have the picture of above the mountain. So that was the ship that they took me on this time. And at this time it was just my mom, my brother, and my father were there. Your father was not there, but my mom, my family was there. My mom and my brother, I'm sorry, back that up. My dad and my brother took me on the weather ship. Mom was being back to the living ship, which was parked secretly in the back of my mountain. So now I got information about Lily, why now too, and their reason why now too. Well, we'll talk about that later, but but they had taken me back through the portal that I went through before, and we went back to that island. And the reason why we went back to that island was because they took me underwater into the ocean. Down at the base of that island is a huge, it's a mountain underwater, and inside that mountain is like somewhat of a base, and the base has the mer people that we were talking about. I don't know why that's so crazy that we were just talking about this yesterday.
We were talking about the mer people yesterday. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So they were talking to me about the pollution in the water, and some of the technology that they are going to be sharing with us and teaching us. I don't know if they meant they were going to be teaching us their technology and how to recreate it, or if they are giving us technology to use, or both. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
I didn't think to ask that question because I was gone for almost a week.
Now, when she says almost a week, we're talking in no time zones here. On Earth, how long was it when you came back on Earth time?
About 2 hours.
2 hours Earth time. A full week she was off planet. A full
Yeah.
week. And also, when we get a chance, after you get done doing that, Ralph would like to know if you can explain each of the ships what they are. He wants to
Okay.
know each of the ships.
Sure.
But continue. Yeah, but go ahead.
Okay, so the living ship is where they actually have their living quarters, and that's where they grow their crops, and the families congregate, and that sort of thing. That's a living ship. That's a ship they live on, and so while they're off planet, these are their homes. And then there is a waiting ship. The waiting ships are very heavily protected, heavily protected. The waiting ships contain our space being bodies are in
Oh yeah.
cryostasis on these ships, and these are like like big deal space beings that are in these ships.
Mm-hmm.
Specific ships, the heavily protected ones, are where the big deal ones are at, which is where our bodies are, and Chesno's body's in there too.
Yep.
And then that's a waiting ship. A waiting ship meaning that they are waiting for their essence to come back to them, so that's why they call them the waiting ship.
Yeah.
So, and then there's the working ships, and those are basically like their space offices where they do all their work and stuff like that. And they also have weather ships. Weather ships are the ships that work with our planet and resources and things like that. Those are the
And
ships that clean our
and just
air.
to let Chesno know, it's all good. Chesno, evidently you're up there too, man.
Yeah, Chesno, you're a big deal.
You're a big deal.
You're a bit like a big deal, dude. Like that's why I keep talking about you, because like they made it a point to show me your space being body up there, and they made it a point to tell me, Chesno, that you had created this thing that they are able to continue to have their crops on these ships flourish.
Yeah. Really.
You created this fantastic device that works with tones, music, sound, and whatever it is that you made, this crystallized device that works
Wow.
with their crops, and their crops like flourish because they were having a problem with abundance on the ships with their vegetation, their food. And you had created this like wonderful thing that now the crops are flourishing. They're just,
Good.
it's like jungles in there of these
Good
different
going,
fruits
Chesno.
and
You did
vegetables.
some really beautiful work, brother. Good going. And it's funny again. I'm going to let you continue in a minute. That again, as you're watching this show, all of us are in the area here. I mean, it's just really kind of. It's just amazing the synchronicity
Right?
of what's happening
I mean,
here.
Commander, I came
You
from
can't make this up.
California. I came from California, and something told me I needed to be here. Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy? Like I
Yeah.
traveled a very long way to get here, to be in Vermont, and I
Yeah.
knew I was meant to be here, and here I have been, like, waiting.
Yeah. This
But
is all organically happening. We have nothing to do with it, really. In
no.
truth, it's all organic. You can't make this stuff up. But go
So
ahead, continue.
so anyways, they talked to me about some of the reasons why, basically what they're doing is they're showing me stuff. They're showing me what trouble our planet is in. They're showing me that
Mm,
that what we are doing is not just affecting us, but it's affecting other beings across the universe.
yeah, it is.
And it truly is. And they also told me that these weapons of mass destructions, or if they are set off for whatever reason, that it would not only be affecting our planet, that it would be affecting hundreds of other planets and other
Uh,
civilizations. So
did they say? Are they going to shut the? Are they going to shut the weapons down?
um, they said they were going to be doing something along those lines. We'll have to talk about that.
Okay, we will.
We'll
Okay.
talk about that, but so yeah, they're going to be helping us with all those issues that we're having. But they were talking to me about the reason why they brought me to this place was they were talking to me about the mer people, using them, I guess, as an example. And
Hmm.
the example was is that the now mer people were brought here. Mer people were brought here from outer space. Like, we know
Yeah.
this, right? We
Oh
know
yeah.
that they did not originate from us,
No.
and so there are different species which I kind of was aware of because of my past lifeguard and stuff experience.
Mm.
But there are different species, and they were, showing me some of the species. Some of the species I already knew about, but they were showing me like how they were born and stuff like that, and they were showing me these different caverns and in this mountain that was underneath the ocean. They were
Yeah.
showing me like all these different types of mer babies that were there, and they were explaining to me that these mer babies are not surviving, which is crazy because somebody had asked that question,
Yeah, they
so
did.
yeah. So they were explaining to me that because the babies are not adapting to the all the pollution, and they also said that there is nuclear waste that's in our oceans right now that we don't even know about. Like, there's bad nuclear waste in there, and these mer people are coming up with deformities. The babies aren't making it. They're washing up
It's
on shore.
terrible. Yeah,
Whales are
I've heard
washing
about
up
that.
on shore,
Yeah.
and they're saying this is the reason why, is because of our pollution in the water. Our water is so polluted now that, they have had these ships down there, those moisture ships. They've had them, they're
Yeah.
doing little sections, little by little, trying to clean it out, especially around their their space stations that are underwater. They have
Yeah.
been trying to keep the water around there clean as to not affect the other beings that are down there, the
Yeah.
beings that rely on the ocean's water. They've been trying to keep that area clean as much as they can, but they,
Well.
they need our help to do this.
Yeah.
And
Well. Yeah.
so
We
they're going to
have to
help.
help them.
So they're going to be helping us with that technology. And I don't know if they're like giving us a technology, or is she going to show us how to make the technology. That part I didn't think to
Right.
ask, but they said they were going to be helping us with technology to
Are
take
we?
care of that.
Are we going to be when we come on when we go on the ship? Are we going to be coming back and activated in ways that we can help people?
Yes.
Do you think we are?
Yeah. There's things. Yeah.
Okay.
There's, like I said, there's things that I'm going to be talking to you about later on in
Okay.
private,
All right.
that it has
Okay.
to
In
do with
private.
our
All right.
mission. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I
So
understand that.
Okay, so that being said, so they talked to me about that, and they made sure to make it a point to say that I speak about this with our people meaning on your show.
Okay.
I started to talk a little bit about it on my live earlier, but I saved the bulk of it for your show, because you need to hear all this. Um,
Yes.
but so they when they were showing me, like, they had a couple of the mer people come, and they were showing me the deformities, captain, that were
Oh my
happening
God.
on these beings. It was heartbreaking. They're working their best because they're having a really hard time healing these beings. They have the technology to heal earth beings of illness
Yes.
and stuff like that, but when it comes to another space being, they're struggling with it, which is why
Struggling with it.
our mission is so important. And
Okay.
that's why they were, like, showing me this. They wanted me to know
Yes.
how important this stuff was that we were doing, and why we're doing it, and
Okay. Hmm.
I also got to see an actual mer person with their the way that they shapeshift, and
Yeah.
different. I already knew about the different types, but I didn't actually like get to meet them in person when I was
Yeah.
younger. Like, when I was lifeguarding, I only seen them, and got to talk to like maybe one or two of them, but
Mm.
this time I actually got to officially meet them. I got to meet them there, and I got in this underground, like, I don't know if it was one of their smaller stations or not, where they were helping these babies to be born, but anyways, we were there, and there was they brought forward these mer people, and there was different species of them that come from different planets. Now their planets were having issues,
Oh my
and
God.
they weren't able to survive on those planets anymore. And they knew that Earth had similar waters. Now some of these beings have been here for thousands of years, and have adapted to our planet. But because now there's so much pollution, the babies aren't adapting to the pollution.
Oh my God. And the babies are getting deformed from the pollution.
Right, and
Correct?
some of the adult mer people are getting deformities from it too.
Oh my God.
Now these beings have the capability of shape shifting. They can shape shift their tails into legs, but they're not like they're legs, but they're like almost like scaly fish legs with feet, but
Right.
they still have webs in them. But they have the capability of doing that to walk around. Some of them, not all of them. But the ones that strictly have to stay in the water, and those are the ones that are struggling the most.
Yeah.
And then they also took me on to show me, how they harvest things. Some of them, like eat fish and scavenge, like shellfish and things like that.
Yeah.
Not scavenge, but harvest, like
For food.
yeah, for food. But some of them are also like strictly vegetarian, like they eat the plant life that are under water. And they were showing me like some of their gardens and stuff, and even their food is being affected down there.
Oh my God. And is that being affected because of the radiation in the water from
Yes,
nuclear testing and other pollution?
yes,
That there's plastic in parts of the Pacific Ocean. There's like
yes.
loads of garbage in the oceans. And, I mean, it's terrible what we're doing to life on our planet. It really is terrible.
This thing that I went on was not. It was, some of it was joyous, but a lot of it was not. A lot of it was not. A lot of it was very heart wrenching, and we don't even know. Hold on. We don't even know the stuff is happening. So I was told to bring this forward and to start talking about this, so that other people who are believers and that are waking up are aware that not only are we being affected by this, but other species of other planets are being affected by our nonsense. So and I'm not going to say it's my nonsense, but it's everybody's nonsense.
It's everybody's.
We all have to be responsible for this.
And we seem to always do this, April. Like in the when they did the Hiroshima and Nagasaki with the hydrogen bomb,
And
my friend Athena said that was an outcall to the star people to come to Earth, because
that was the start of it.
that was the start of it.
The day before you even said that.
Oh my God!
That's what they told me. That was the start of it. If we didn't put out an SOS, we didn't put out one, because they said that testing and stuff that they did down there, that stuff hit other planets. That stuff hit other planets. Now, can you imagine if they do 1, 2, 3 of those things? Like if we have a war and that stuff actually happens, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be horrible, because not only are we killing ourselves, but we would be hurting other species, hundreds of other planets, is what they told me.
My friend Athena said, April, many years ago, she said to me that when we did the bomb, the hydrogen bomb, which was like the big bomb, we over Japan and let's see, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, so many people were killed, so much life, so much radiation. All the nuclear testing we did back in the Cold War, we did nuclear testing above ground, then it was banned, but then we did nuclear testing below ground. So then we were affecting life below the Earth. The thing is, when we do nuclear testing on this planet, when we have these so-called scientists, the most intelligent people in the world, creating nuclear weapons and creating more nuclear weapons and other technologies that are going to destroy things, it reverberates beyond Earth. I've talked about this before. Whatever we do here has a cause and effect.
Because that's is probably ingrained in you as part of your memory.
Yeah,
because
I remember that.
I'm just saying that this is ingrained in you as part of your star memory, Commander. Yes. Because this is one of the why you I mean, geez, better not speak anymore, but you should know why, why you're
I know
getting that
why.
memory, why you're
I know
remembering
why
this
I'm.
stuff. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, so that being said, you know, they had brought me there. I was there for Jesus. I was there for a few days, meeting these beings, talking to them, listening to their stories, and they had so much appreciation for our team. It was unbelievable. They really appreciate the what we are doing for them, with our team. And
Mm-hmm.
they wanted me, to tell you guys how much gratitude that they had.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to tell you that. So
Okay.
and then the other thing is that after we went there, we took another trip. And maybe I should save that one for another show because I don't have a whole lot of time right now.
I
But
know. I
um,
know. Okay.
we'll save that for tomorrow. I'll tell you the rest of that
Yeah, but
tomorrow. But
tomorrow will be
there
good.
was there was another trip that was made, and I guess we'll save that part two for tomorrow, because
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a story, and I don't have a whole lot
And
of time right now.
and that's all right because I told you I knew you were going to be taken back up again a couple nights ago. I just didn't know when. But I do know that when we get taken up, I know that we'll all be given information. For those who are watching, the Ashtar Command contacted April 1st in the remote areas of northern Vermont. We met through TikTok last year. Then I met a number of people here, Chasno and Grace, who are in Connecticut, and became good friends with all the people that are within my region. Then I met Johnny, you know, and he's in New Jersey. So what's happening here is we're all in a triangular area, like not far, New Jersey, Connecticut, Vermont, and Long Island. And Kit Kat was also selected by the command that she's going to be on the spaceship with us. So the four of us have been selected to represent the planet, and we're all just regular people that have jobs or whatever we do, but we also do our mission work. I mean, I'm sure other people do their mission work too. So, but it's all for everybody. All the information she's getting from the ship, from the command, is being, on my show, is being transmitted here so that you know what's happening. And it's a beautiful thing. Eddie, yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, Alicia, thanks for sharing that about Eddie's question. But what we're doing here, there'll be a time when all four of us are going to be on the ship together. Right now, they've been taking her on the ship as Yaya Spirit, thank you. All of us are going to be visiting the ship together, but we're going there for really important mission work. We'll have meetings with other star people on the ship. And then when we have that meeting, wow, I did it all.
You met your light bulb.
So we're going to be activated. I do believe I get this feeling like I'm getting downloads, say, Commander, when you're on the ship, we're going to download and activate things in your cellular structure. You'll have abilities that you didn't have before. And I think that is going to happen when all four of us go on the ship. We're going to have abilities we don't have now. As much as I have now,
I
it's
did
going to be
ask him.
tenfold.
I'm sorry, I cut you off again. I always do that. I'm so
That's
sorry.
okay. It's
So
okay.
I did ask him. I asked him about your back, Commander, because I had completely forgotten about your back. Because when I left, and I got back, when I got home, my face was almost completely swole down,
Really?
and I hadn't seen the doctor yet.
Wow.
But I asked him when I was up there, I had asked him about your back. And I was like, the commander has been in a lot of pain and his back has been really bothering him and he's been having difficulty walking. And they said that that's because of the way, it's because the downloads that you are getting are affecting your body like that, and they can't heal that. It's something that you're going to have to endure. And okay, so
Great.
I know, I'm so sorry. It's because of the
I'm
type of
I'm
downloads
I'm
that you
doing better.
everybody takes it differently. Every human that gets downloads, it affects them differently.
Yeah, they
Like
do.
like Kit Kat was dealing with nausea with her downloads that were making her throw up. With
Yeah.
me it was ear ringing and headaches and neck pain, but that would constantly be happening, and I didn't understand why. But now I know
Oh,
why, and it's because of
okay.
all the downloads. They're giving us back our memories. That's why you're all of a sudden starting to remember this
I'm
stuff.
remembering a lot of I remember a lot of stuff, and
Isn't
I'm
that
feeling better. Just to let you know, my
yeah?
physical. I've been knowing that I'm getting a lot of downloaded information that's affecting me, but I am walking it out. I'm doing a lot better than I did a few weeks ago, and I'm telling myself, I'm going to just keep working it out because plus I got to get into the garden and grow the watermelons.
Right.
So,
And then
um,
the other thing is
yeah,
that a Native American friend of mine had talked to me about chamomile tea, and
too.
these people were in contact with some of our space friends, and they said that when they would get these downloads, or they would call them their dreams, their dream walking is what
Yeah,
were
dream
referring it
walking.
to, which I believe was them astral projecting, but when they would get these headaches and things like that, they said that chamomile tea was one of the natural remedies that they used to help ease through that. And so they said the fresher the better. And it's funny because when I found that out, because I myself drink chamomile tea when I'm getting these downloads, and it really helps with the headaches and the neck pain that I get, and the ear ringing.
Yeah.
So I would try that, because they said for some reason that some properties of the chamomile, it helps with these downloads. So you might want to try that for your back.
I have organic chamomile tea. I have it in the
Good.
cabinet. I'll
They said
start
the
drinking that.
fresher the better.
The
So
fresher the better. I'll get some fresh chamomile tea. Yeah, I've been getting so many downloads, folks. It's affected me, and it's not as bad now. I'm trying to integrate it, and I'm getting better. I just couldn't figure out why I was getting all this stuff happening, but I am downloaded all the time. I think a lot of people are getting downloaded.
yeah,
Commander, do you? Yeah,
Alicia's saying ginger and turmeric and pineapple helps
yeah,
too. But I know
yeah.
chamomile for sure.
Definitely. I think the information that is being shared tonight, and it will be ongoing as we get new information. There's information we can't share that I'm going to be getting from April privately, and that's going to be kept private for the person, specifically for the mission that they probably want me to just know personally. But the information he's sharing now is coming directly from being on the ship. And let me see here. And so I'm setting a new goal here since I'm going to put the hat in there with the baseball cap. No, the hat with the
Mustache.
mustache. I like that. So we're going to do that one. I'm privy to certain things like that. So there you go. So as you donate, I'm going to do 8 hats. So you can help my goal for 8 cowboy hats. See,
Commander, you know what I was just thinking about?
yeah,
Isn't that cool how how you have that picture of your little team of Ashtar Command people there? That
yeah,
picture that you have, there's two
yeah.
males and two females.
You know what? I didn't even realize that.
There's 4 of them, and there's 4 of us.
Isn't that kind of weird?
Isn't that crazy? I know. I was just thinking about that right now. I'm like, wow, that's so cool. That's so
And
cool.
I want to show that picture to people because it just really is. And thank God my screen is keeping me looking good. Let's see here, because you don't know the half of that. But here's what I look like in my spacesuit. Let me see here. Here's how I look. Hey, good, James. James is here. Good to see you, James. Here's what I look like in my spacesuit. This is me. I did a number of years ago before I didn't even know anybody here. I did this like several years ago. I said, oh, I
Now
think
I'm gonna have to do a repost, Commander.
you can do that.
Put all our names above it.
Let's put our names there. So, does anybody see April in the picture? Anybody? Any woman there look like April to people? Anybody? And there's me. And then who the other 2 people? What do they look like? I wonder if Kit Kat looks like the woman on the right side and the guy on the behind. Who that is? Take a look at the pictures. All right. I could not make this up. I got this picture I did a long time ago, a couple years ago. Yeah, the one on the right looks like April, doesn't it?
Wait,
You know,
which right? Your right or my right?
I think the one on the that's where the spaceship is below, with the glow around the head.
Okay.
And then someone says one of them looks like Chesno. Well, Yaya says Chesno looks like he's in the
Yeah,
back.
that does look. I got to admit, it does look like Chesno.
Chesno, there you are in the back, and on a spacesuit on.
I don't know. We ever only see Johnny in the small circle.
Yeah,
He's got
I
to
have to
work
find.
tomorrow, poor thing.
I
He's
have.
got to
I have.
work.
Yeah, you have to work. We have to find a picture of him in a spacesuit. So I just wanted to show that. I'm glad I brought that. You can share that too. Let me go back to the other thing here. Let's see, where am I here? I'm just switching over. But
I like that
yeah,
one where they show that where you were showing that tall, that one guy. I was looking at that and I was like, oh my God, that's what you look like, but with light brown hair and the big beard, or not a big beard, but a long beard with crystals coming down from it. That's
yeah.
what you look like.
Oh, wow, it's pretty weird. I can't even. Let's go. Okay, I see what it is. My green screen. Here we go. I'm on the green screen now. What's going on here? It's not now. My green screen doesn't want to work. Now I can't do. I can't get myself back to where I was. This is kind of weird. Why is that happening? Let's see here. Can I do this? Oh, here we are. And everyone's cheering us on. All the people, all the star people. Everybody's in the stadium getting ready for the mission work. Let's see. Will this work? Can I get back? I can't get back. That's really strange. My green screen is not cooperating. Can I do this? Nope. Cooperating. Oh, that's what.
Oh, why
Now
was
we're
that
echoing.
doing
Can you hear me?
that? I'm on that
Are you on the
phone,
other phone?
Commander. I'm on
Commander
that
Robar,
phone.
good evening. I'm going to say hello to my space father on this Ashtar command ship. This is CmdrAleon. Just saying hello since I'm reverberating on TikTok. You know what? Oh my God. Oh.
Oh wait,
Oh, what's happening?
Commander,
What?
there's communication coming through.
There's communications from the ship coming through from the Ashtar command. Wait a minute. What's going on?
Hold on.
Communications from the ship coming through from the Ashtar command. Wait a minute. What's going on?
There's talking. Hold on, Commander. I'm trying to finish hearing what they're saying.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not supposed to be saying anything more about that mission.
Okay. Are they sending you a message?
Yes.
Oh wow, folks, we're being sent a message from the Ashtar command ship right now.
Yes.
Oh wow, folks, we're being sent a message from the Ashtar command ship right now. This wasn't planned, folks. We didn't plan this. This wasn't planned, folks. We didn't plan this. Yeah, I can't even. I can't even get back on my green screen. It's not working.
I'm gonna hop down for a second, Commander.
Okay, if you don't do that, I'll let you hop down and hop back up and see what. Okay, let me see if I can get my green screen back. All right, I'm not able to get my green screen back here. She was getting communications from the spaceship from the command. Yeah, she was getting. She has that phone is the phone where they communicate. Her other phone. She wasn't using the other phone. Let me bring her up here. Okay. Whoops. Oh well. Here we go. Let me see if my green screen works. Okay. Will it work now?
Yeah, basically what they were telling me was I was given a warning that that our communications are being monitored, and that I need to be careful about what I am saying.
Okay. So okay, we have to be careful. Okay.
So
Are they saying that the government's monitoring our
yes,
communications?
yes,
I got you. Then we'll be careful. We'll be
they cut
careful.
their communications from our communications.
What happened?
They cut their communications from our communications because
Oh,
they were eavesdropping in on the show, basically.
oh, they were. Okay.
Yeah, your shows are being monitored, is what they told me.
Well, of course they are. It's probably been monitored. My radio show's been on for 21 years. I'm sure they're monitoring that too,
They're really monitoring now.
because we're telling the truth.
Yeah, and because we keep saying stuff about them, so I'm sure
Yeah.
they're listening now. So
Well,
anyway,
just to let people know, we're going to do our work. We're not afraid of the government. We're here to bust the matrix.
they cut
What they're afraid of, you
system.
know why the government's listening to us? Because they know that their time is up. Their lives are up. They can't stop what's going to happen with the galactic ships that are coming here. They're hiding in there. All they can do is be in the background, listening and watching the show. And I'm sure there's some agents in the government that are watching it. But I will tell you, the commander is standing strong. April's standing strong. You all have to stand strong and support this show, because we're busting the matrix. We're telling the truth, and nothing's going to stop that. We'll be very careful, but we are going to do what we have to do to do what we're doing. I'll get my green screen back. I just don't understand why
So
that's not working.
So basically, Commander, what I was just told was is that I'm only to use this phone to communicate with you with. As far as the shows, I'm fine on the other ones, but I have to only communicate with you about other stuff on only strictly this phone because they have this
Okay.
phone on lock. Not their
Okay.
word. Not on
Okay.
lock is my word, but you know what I
Oh,
mean.
this is the good phone.
Yes.
Okay, we'll use the good phone. Okay.
This is the phone that they do communications on, but they have this phone monitored, and anytime these guys are trying to nose in on this on any conversation with us, that this is the phone I'm to use, the
Uh,
phone that they use the communications on.
I'm going to bring Simply Ellen up, because she says, "Is there anything?" She's been on our show. She's a beautiful person. Let me bring her on here. Hey, Simply Ellen, how you doing, Ellie?
Hey, how are you guys?
Oh, things are happening here. So good to have you with
I
us.
witnessed I witnessed that.
Yeah, this has
um,
been going on for over a month now. We've been in communications with Ashtar Command.
Mm, okay. Wow. I that frequency that went off, I recognized it. It put me it, it initiates like a trance. Like
Yeah,
it's very healing.
yeah, that's
Um
them. That's
and
Ashtar Command.
but you know what they're doing? They are pushing. I don't think that they know what they're doing. When I say they, I'm not talking about our people. I'm talking about
The other
this app is
people.
for entertainment purposes only. What they're going to wind up doing is pushing us to use an ability that a lot of us forgot that we have, which is communicating telepathically. And a
yeah,
lot of us forgot that we had that ability. A lot of you guys have used it and
I'll
used
be right
it
back.
not, unintentionally.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, guys, I mean, they're here. There are fleets that are here. I've seen them. I've been on the ships. Um, they're here, and a lot of you guys, like just before I jumped on Commanders Live, I thought to myself, I said, what I saw on the ships, there are a lot of beings that projected their consciousness into human vessels to be here to help.
Yeah.
And a lot have forgotten who they were.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
Exactly.
yeah, like guys, please don't gaslight yourselves. I mean, they've done it our entire lives to us, but don't gaslight your own self because um they are communicating with us very heavily, and I see it, I feel it. I've been on the ships, I've seen some of these other amazing beings, their vessels, their bodies being guarded on a ship because their consciousness was not currently present in those bodies.
Yeah.
They're down
Those
here.
are those are their waiting ships. Those are the ships that I was just given a tour of about 2 weeks ago.
I was given a tour too.
Yeah.
He kept reminding himself that he said, "You don't remember, do you?" And I said, "No." He said, "Okay, follow me." And I there were languages that were being when they were getting messages on the ship on their screens, the language looked so familiar and I just could not recall it to the
Yeah.
forefront of my memory to read it, but it seemed very familiar. But what resonated with me, guys, is that at least on the vessel that I was on, is that there was so many different species, so many different ETs there. There were Lyrans, there were Greys, there were reptilians, there were um avians. Like it was so many of them, and
So
I was
many
in
different
awe.
ones. That's the way I was greeted the second time when they landed in my woods and opened up their door on one of their living ships. When I walked in, I was greeted by my mother and father walked me onto the ship, and my brother, and then my space mother and father and brother walked me onto the ship, and I was greeted by the commander's true father, and then true space father, and then there was like a ton of different species behind him, and same species as what me and the commander are, which are the angelic and the Palladians. But there was so many other different species, but I did not see any greys, and I did not see any reptilians. I
Yeah,
did not
yeah.
see any of
You
them at
said,
all on any
did
of
you
the ships.
say you said angelic? Do any of you guys have connections to the 13th
I do.
dimension?
The
Wow.
13th dimension.
That would
Yeah.
Yeah,
be me.
Wow.
That would be me. That's what I
yeah,
was actually just told to. That's why I said I would talk to you later about that. But yeah, that would be me.
yeah.
Okay.
So people need to know something very important that we're doing, and what we're doing is something that the world governments don't. They're very afraid of what we're doing. What we're
Now, why are
doing
you
is
through, Commander? You look like you're a ghost.
no, because I can't get my green screen. There's this other thing where I can put the picture back, but if I try to bring the green screen in, it will not let me
I
bring
just
my
messed with your phone so bad. This phone, I'm telling you, this
yeah.
phone is crazy. This phone makes everything go crazy. That's why I don't like
But
using it.
well, I'm
Just
going to use this thing for now because I'm in a stadium or something talking to millions of people
at least you
from
don't look like a
planet.
see-through.
and
Go
up there, and what you're seeing above there is a big spaceship with lights blinking down to the ground. Uh, just have an imagination, as they would say, you know. But but the thing is that we are planning some major things here, and our governments don't like what we're doing because we're actually what we're doing is we're going to help the planet, and we're going to represent all of the billions of people on this earth. And if you asked me 10 years ago whether this was going to happen, I could never tell you that. I didn't even know who anybody was. I didn't know Johnny. I didn't know Kit Kat. I didn't know April. I didn't know Chesno or Grace or anybody, or James or any of you. But all my life I knew that I had a mission to complete, and for some reason I needed to do something more than I was doing. And this is the something more, and we're all coming together, and no one here is left out. So when you look at this, just understand what we have been doing. The command, these people are my biological fathers on this ship, my mother, my brothers and sisters. They found us. They came here.
Simply, I
They're
can hear you. What are you asking?
Oh, someone's asking something.
Oh, did someone ask me a question?
Yes. What did you need to know?
Um, oh, someone was asking in the comments if I was in the South right now. And
Oh,
I
Oh, that was a question. If you're in the South, you're in California, right?
no, right now I'm on the East Coast. I'm in
On the
Pennsylvania.
East Coast. You're in
Hmm.
Pennsylvania. Okay.
But I do travel a lot, and I'm
Yeah.
typically in the South. But right now I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah. So the thing, I think, I am the universe. What did you want? Please explain B. What? I am the universe. Can you explain the question about the B? What do you mean? Please explain B. We'll try to answer your question. Oh, bodies on the ship. Okay. I know about them only because April has shared it. So, and also I knew about it.
so I can
Mods
explain.
clean up KD. Who's KD? Who do we have to clean up? KD. Well, who's a KD? So I'll let April explain that. But my friend Athena years ago told me that our bodies are on the ship. They're in stasis. Stasis means our space bodies are alive and well. We came on Earth and were born here, but our bodies are alive and well in stasis. And she said one day you return to your space body, and you do at some
That's what
point.
I saw.
Yeah.
That's what I
Go-
saw.
I'll turn it over to April on that because she has been on the ship where they have our bodies, our star bodies that
Mm-hmm.
are alive and well. So April can actually answer that question better than I can.
So, so our well, you pretty much explained it. Our bodies are kept in like a cryostasis
It's a
state, because
cryostasis.
our energy, our being is not present. So we chose. We were given. Well, we didn't choose, but we came down to Earth to live the human experience, to experience the human life, to suffer the human suffering. So when contact does happen, we know how to, because we were chosen ahead of time. Our team was chosen to be the part of the handful of starseeds across the world to help usher humanity into this change, this shift, contact, and helping the world to help themselves. To make it easier for and to work with the light beings, and to hold on just one moment.
What was that?
Oh, that was somebody knocking at the door. Hold on just a moment.
Okay, hopefully maybe
No,
it's one of the
no,
space people.
no, no. But I'm sorry about
Hey,
that. No, I was
no, go ahead.
helping my kid with their medication. But
Okay.
okay, so when the shift happens, um, our bodies are up there waiting for us. So the human body only lasts around 89 to 100 years. Space people don't see the same time as we do. So the space people live for hundreds and hundreds of years. So when we are done living our human life and experiencing all we can experience, then our essence will go back into our bodies and we go back living our best space being lives, is essentially what happens.
And someone's asking Lisa. I see her question here. We are answering your questions about what we're going to be doing. Lisa's asking us, how are you going to usher you? How are you going to usher in humanity? Just curious.
We're learning that now.
We're just learning, Lisa. Well, we don't know yet how that works. They're going to teach us when we go on the ship.
They're slowly giving us our memories back to know how to be able to do this.
Yeah.
And we there's also a mission that these star seeds have, and so there's more to it than just that piece of it.
Yeah.
And we're also to pass on information like what me and the commander have been doing. We're also passing this information on, like about the mer people and how they're not surviving because of, the nuclear waste in the oceans and things like that. So people are aware that this
Yeah,
stuff is happening, so that way when stuff does start changing, that we can learn to help ourselves, and we know that the nonsense that is going on in the world right now can't continue to happen, because not only are we affecting ourselves, but we are affecting others. We are affecting other planets, other species, so it's really important that we start taking better care of our earth. And these are the messages that we are supposed to be passing on to you guys, so you guys can pass them on to the next people, so the light workers can start waking people up. So when
yeah,
contact does happen, we are able to help humanity usher into this. So that's part of what we're
yeah.
doing.
And we'll and we will have more information. I know when I go on the ship with Johnny and Kit Kat, we'll each be collectively in meetings with the people on the ship, or my family members, others of the command on the ship, all the space people that are coming to help the Earth. We will have more information, and when they pick us up to be on the ship, they can, like I say. As April said, they went right through her wall. So I suspect if they're going to pick us up, I could be sleeping or sitting in the living room, and they'll come in and then they'll take me onto the spaceship. So there's no limitations how the Ashtar Command can interact. Athena told me years ago, Ashtar can just walk right through the wall, and
Hmm. And
it's
that's
not a problem. Yeah, they can walk right through the wall.
it's weird because it was like the whole wall shimmered.
Yeah,
It was like how my fairies glamour into things. It was just like that. It was like the wall was not even there. It was like every molecule just kind of split open just enough to be um so you could pass through it.
yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things on the planet. A lot of humans have been affected and treated in certain ways, not just the human population, but the mammals, the marine life, and all the life forms, the mer people. A lot has been on this planet in the years I've been on Earth. I've seen the Cold War. I've seen nerve gas that was dumped in outside of New York City back in the 40s. They took nerve gas canisters and they threw them overboard these barges into the water. And my cat
Yeah.
is yelling meow, but I wish she would go to sleep. I gave her some treats, but you know, but they did this, and they did all this stuff, and we've messed up the planet so much so in so many ways that our star family, our space brothers and sisters, are here, and they are going to come in force. There's going to be a lot of ships, and I don't care what government agency is listening to us broadcast here. We're telling the people the
Oh, they're
truth.
not hearing anything broadcast now because they
Oh,
put a
good.
kibosh on it.
Oh, good.
That's what they were saying. They were just giving me a heads up and warning and saying that they
Okay.
were they were we got to watch what we're saying, for one, and then to make sure that they knew that they interfered. They were trying to interfere with the communications that we were having.
Oh, okay. Well, they didn't do such a good job, did they?
No, they did not, because Ashtar was right on it. The command was on it.
Command's right on it, brothers. See the people. Oh wow, we did it again. We just had another
Nice.
goal achieved. And I think Clifford wants to come up here. We'll bring Cliff up here. Let's see, where's Cliff? The guy with the beard, our spaceman with the beard.
Papa Smurf.
Cliff, Papa Smurf, Commander Smurf. He's living on Earth. That's a really good. I got the rhyme with that. Commander Smurf, he's living on Earth. I just came up with that. I hope Commander Smurf, are you there? I think he's almost there. Hey, Commander Smurf.
I
You're not
just
the
have
Papa anymore.
one.
You're the Commander Smurf.
No, not commander. You're the commander. You're
All
the
right, Kay.
principal. You're over everybody. You're the principal.
I'm a
And
humble person. Go ahead,
April's the
Smurf. Go ahead,
teacher.
Papa. Yep.
Okay, what I wanted to say is and I believe April knows this. I have been getting headaches for the last week and a half or so because of
Huh.
downloads. And
Yeah.
I have been what happened tonight. I kind of knew this was going to happen a week and a half ago when this headache started. I knew
Hmm.
you were being monitored. This is what I was getting, but I didn't want to say nothing.
Yeah.
I this is
Yeah.
something. This is one of my gifts. I can see things sometimes a week and a half to 2 weeks in advance. Sometimes this happens,
Yeah.
and this is what I was getting almost a week and a
Hmm.
half ago, and
Yeah.
now tonight it
Well,
happened.
and you know what? And when if they're monitoring us, they got to be very, very scared of us, because if we're
Yes.
being monitored, folks, if this show's being monitored, let's have a celebration, because they're scared. They're
But
scared. I look at it as being
I
they're scared of
believe
us.
I believe that our friends above is going to open up our minds to where we can do telepathy, so that way we can't be monitored. That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. This is
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
getting. This is something that came to me is everybody is going to be able to do telepathy, and that way we won't need TikTok.
But while we're still here and using it, we can now tell the people the truth about disclosure. We're disclosure. I always said this from my radio show to here. Every one of you are part of disclosure. Every one of you has a mission on here. One of the things in my teachings for years is not to be afraid of anything, to go forward, stand in your light, stand in who you are, and stand up to all the world governments and say to them, we are from other worlds and we don't care. We're doing our thing. And my cat's meowing, and I
Yeah.
wish she'll sleep all day. Just a sideline. My cat likes to sleep all day. She'll stay up all night and meow.
You know
I
what's
mean,
sad, Commander, is that your cat was like literally the topic of my conversation at one point during one of my lives.
But
Because he's such a ham. He's like TikTok famous. He
yeah, he
really
is.
is.
yeah,
And
my
then he
cat will
comes
come
and you
on
got him
again.
so spoiled. Like he comes up and just throws his 2 cents in and he's like, okay, I'm done with you.
Hey, that's
I'm
right.
just
That's what my
leaving
cat
now.
does. He
Now
does
I
that.
I
I mean,
have
not
said
he, she.
I don't know if she has noticed this, but I've mentioned it a few times in her live. April, did you notice that your face is starting to look younger?
I noticed that my
Your
face
under your
my face
eyes,
swelled
under your
down.
eyes and around your mouth is completely different from when I first started seeing your picture. You look at least 10 or 15 years younger.
Well, I'm not. I
No, I
wish.
don't. I know you're not, but I'm saying appearance wise, I swear to God, even in a different light, you're definitely looking younger.
Well, thank
I
you.
would say that's true too, because put it
If
this
you
way,
look
you're
at
on
her
this.
old, look at some of her older posts and look at her now, and you'll see it. Under the eyes,
I would
around the
agree.
mouth,
Yeah,
everything is completely different.
yeah.
You got your facelift.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just because I haven't been to work in 3 days, so I actually got some rest.
No,
Yeah.
I really think besides the swelling, I think they're doing something else for you too.
I
Yeah,
think
some people.
the
Waco
swelling
gal
thing.
says she noticed it too. Waco gal says she noticed
See,
you look younger. Yep. Some people are saying, yeah, you look
I'm
very
not the
different.
only
You look,
one.
but
I think the
I know
swelling is
April's
the
humble,
wrinkles.
so she's not gonna.
Well, April, look at your old pictures and look at yourself now. Okay, and I'm going to be praying for that toothache for
It's
you
actually
more.
better. It's going down. I haven't
It
even seen
is.
the doctor yet. I saw the doctor today, but it was already getting better before I
That's
Oh,
ever seen.
because when you go on the ship,
I
April,
prayed a lot for you
it's the
last night.
vibration.
I think
Well,
so. I
also,
think you're correct,
I
Commander.
think Cliff, it's when she goes on the ship, the vibrational energies heal her
It
because
could
she's on
be.
a different. Yeah, it is.
It could be. And I sent everybody that thing on the med bed that I found.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, they don't know what they're doing with that. They already
yeah.
told me they don't know what they're doing. They have no clue what
But
they
it works
think they
with
know, but they
frequency.
don't. They have no clue what they're doing.
Until they have a clue, we won't know what they're doing.
Right.
I have no clue what I'm doing half the time,
Yeah.
Commander.
And let me tell you something. I have no clue what's happening until I get on that ship, and then I'll have a better clue of what I'm doing. Now, everything I know what to do here, I'm doing the best I can with all the information I'm downloaded with. But I'll have, like I said, once I go on the ship with April, and Johnny and Kit Kat, we're going to come back down and really have a lot of stuff to share. We'll have to share it in increments, I think, because it's going to be a lot of stuff that we're going to be getting.
Yeah, I was gone for quite a bit this time, so yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
She was gone for, and understand, now she won this, it was like, it wasn't tonight, the other night you went on the ship, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
About
understand, she's
4 nights ago.
4 nights ago. She was off planet for a week. She was off planet for
this was last night.
last night. I was talking about last night. Last night you were off the planet for a week. In Earth time, it was about 2 hours, but she was gone for a week.
And I felt
Yeah, and that other
very
person
well
said she
rested,
was only
though.
gone for 2 seconds, but she might have been gone longer in that ship than 2 seconds. That
Right.
other one that was on
I think-
earlier.
You're right, Cliff. I think she was. I think she just don't remember. She doesn't have.
Our
She can't
time
remember.
might have been 2 seconds, but up
Yeah.
there, she could have been up there a day, 2 days. We don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. You know, interesting. And we're almost at 100,000. Can we hit 100,000 likes here? We're at 71.8. Also, we appreciate all the gifts I've been getting and all the gifts you've been giving. And let's get the. I think I have a goal here that's still not completed yet, or is it? Let me see here. It says. I did get that goal done. I can't believe my goals are like completed. Wow, I did reach a goal. So I'm going to set up a new goal here. I love this. People love when I set up new goals here. So I'm going to do another goal, and I'm going to pick something that's not too bad that you can deal with. So we're going to do on a goal here. I think we'll do cowboy. We'll do this cowboy hat thing. We're going to do 8 of those. I'm going to put it on for 8. Okay, cowboy hat. We'll put for 8 of those. And let's see, where's the cowboy hat? It was here somewhere. Right there. I confirm it. Okay, we have 8 of those cowboy hats. And those are available now. And you'll see the cowboy hats popping up on your screen. And 8 of those would be very helpful to the work we're doing. See, people really respond to this. I love it. Look at that hat. It goes good in the stadium.
That's
You
nice. Wow.
should done. Is it the baseball hat?
No, this is a different. This
It
is
was
a cowboy
white
hat.
cowboy hat.
Yeah,
You should have done the baseball hat. You were in the stadium.
I know. Everyone seems to love the
That one
cowboy
does
hat.
look good. We gotta get
I'm the
you one.
commander. I want to tell the government something. I'm a happy commander, and there's nothing you're going to do to stop the mission work here on Earth. So beware, because we're here. Encounters is going to bust the
tilt.
matrix.
I love the tilt. He's got the swag going on.
Oh boy.
Not only am I a serious commander, but I do have a sense of humor. And that's what they can't stand, because we're going to keep walking up that mountain until this planet is liberated from the controls of these people that are so afraid of us, they have to monitor us when they can't monitor us now, but who cares?
I've got to tell you guys something. When I was in Florida,
Yeah.
some of my roommates were having some bad times.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them wanted to even do herself in. And something made me go out of character one night, and you're going to laugh at this. I had a multicolored wig, shoulder length, multicolored wig, a big
Yeah.
lady's floppy hat, and my wife's plush red bathrobe, like what you slip on. It had flowers on it, but it was like velvet. It was like
Yeah.
a plush. And
Yeah.
that was my version of Big Mama.
Yeah.
And I would, when I got up dressed up like that, I said and did things completely out of my normal character, and it would just get them completely laughing, and whatever,
Yeah. Wow.
And that's just how I am. I'll make a complete fool of myself just to make someone happy.
Yeah.
I wish
believe
I
it.
had pictures of that, but I don't have no pictures of me dressed like that.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting the things we do here. And we're at 74.3. I want to hit 100,000 so I can actually go to sleep. At 100,000, you folks have to help me here. I know you want me on all night, but it can't happen. 74.3. That means we have 231 human beings in here. If we get everybody tapping with 2 hands or 2 fingers, we can hit 100,000. I'm looking at the numbers right now. You know, I'm very aware of everything. I'm multidimensional. I'm multi-consciousness. Right now. I see everything.
We're echoing
I see
again,
everything.
Commander.
What does that mean? What's the echoing mean? Are they communicating with us? Is the command trying to communicate with us?
Hang on.
It's echoing over and over again.
Yeah.
It's
like I'm echoing into space.
With us.
Yeah.
They're communicating. Let's listen. The Ashtar Command on the ship are trying to communicate, folks. They're communicating. Let's listen. The Ashtar Command on the ship are trying to communicate, folks.
Cliff, mute your mic, Cliff.
Cliff, mute your mic. Okay. Should I mute my mic? Cliff, mute your mic. Okay. I'm going to mute my mic for a minute.
No, Commander.
Okay.
All I'm hearing is repeating, Commander, you need to listen. Wait a minute. Okay, Commander,
Yes.
they have been not only monitoring your communications at home, they are monitoring your communications on the radio station, and they're monitoring your communications on TikTok.
Okay.
Okay, but they're going to be they're going to be putting they're going to be cutting their communications out of your communications.
Oh, they're going to be cutting the government's communications from hearing me.
Yeah, because I guess they've been listening in on your stuff at home and at the radio station, is what they said. And on TikTok.
Really? I must be really pushing buttons out
They
there.
felt the need to come across and do this, so obviously.
Oh, good.
So they repeated probably like 17 times, Commander, you need to listen.
Yes, I'm listening.
I'm going to jump down, Commander.
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay. So here's the deal. Evidently, my radio show is being monitored by the government, but the command's gonna stop it. They're gonna break it so they can't do anything. Okay. Cliff, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So I want to make it very clear. I came to this planet to bust the matrix, and evidently I'm busting it. I'm busting it, but the command is going to put some protection they're going to break their ability to listen to me on the radio. I'm not sure how they do that, but they're going to also stop them from listening to my TikTok. So I'm bringing April back up. I think she's
See, I
going to
was
be on another
feeling this
phone.
over a week ago.
Yeah.
That's why I was feeling so weird, and I didn't know what to say. I didn't know. I didn't know what if I should say anything or not.
No, I could hear
Yeah.
you breathing, and I couldn't hear what they were saying.
I'm sorry.
No, not you, Commander. It was
Cliff.
Papa Smurf. I could hear him breathing, and I couldn't. I knew he was trying to hear, but I couldn't hear what they were saying over his breathing. So I asked
Yeah.
him
I'm
his mic.
sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
You're good. You're
I
good.
got what they were saying.
So understand something. The command's going to protect me from them listening to my TikTok and my radio show. I mean, I was always sure they were listening to my radio show for years. But, obviously, like I said,
Confirmation.
Yeah, my show, though, when I came here with a goal to bust the matrix and tell the truth. And they don't like that, evidently. But you know what? We're well protected. Like I said, they will not let anything, our command will not let anything happen to us.
No.
There's no way they will. If they have to take us off planet for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, they'll take us off planet. They will protect us. That doesn't even have to happen. They're not going to let the government people try to interfere with us or my show here.
I have a question. I don't know if you can answer it.
Mm-hmm.
There's two different lights in the sky over here. At first I only seen one, and I filmed it. I put pictures on my profile, but there's two of them.
Yeah.
And I don't know if these are. One person said it's not a satellite, but it looks like a star, but it kind of moves around a little bit, like in a small area, and it flashes different colors.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
So my friend keeps saying it's just a satellite. It's just a satellite. I said satellites don't change colors.
Mm-hmm.
And I got still pictures of that. The ones that's on my profile. If you look at it in that one video, that's all the same thing, and it changed different colors. And I don't have a picture of it when it turned green, but when it turned green, it was like twice the size of what my pictures are.
Wow.
And I don't know.
That's interesting.
I don't know what, but there's two of them now. One of them is really bright, and one of them is a little bit dimmer. It's further off. Last time I went out tonight, it was way off into the west sky. The other one was more towards the south.
Mm-hmm.
And that one's the brighter one. There's two of them.
Zoom, take care, Zoom. Have a good night. Thanks for being here.
I just took a peek at them. Those are
Zoom, take care, Zoom. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. Oh, here we go again.
Those are
here we go again.
I can't hear her.
I know their command is communicating. I'm gonna have to listen. She had to go down. The command was trying to communicate with her. That's the Ashtar command communicating with April. That's what's going on.
Okay.
The government's trying to monitor my broadcast here, folks. They're trying to monitor what I'm doing here.
So I don't know what I'm seeing, but I don't feel it's a satellite.
Yeah, I don't think. But your explanation of it, I think it's not
because
a satellite.
They move around. They don't move like shoot from one place to another. They stay basically in the same area, but you can see them moving left and right, up and down, and back and forth.
Oh,
and I said satellites wouldn't do that.
Friends and Fairy says they are fairies. Ruby, thank you for the heart. Clifford, she says those are star fairies. Those are like cloud beings. She said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because they shimmer. I mean, you can see them like flashing. And when I was zoomed in on the camera, you can see that you can see the colors. You can see it changing color.
Yeah. No, definitely. She says she knows a lot about this stuff. Star fairies sounds very, very interesting. It's a good thing to know.
I've been trying. I did get a green laser pointer, and I've been trying to, get them to flare up when I show it. But so far, I haven't really gotten too much reaction with that?
Okay, yeah, Clifford, I took a peek. Those are cloud beings. They're like star fairies. They're not quite out of the atmosphere. They're just really high up in the sky.
Okay.
And that's the reason for the shimmer. Those are male fairies, and they create their own energy, which is why they were shimmering the way they were. Um,
Yeah.
they're not like Mikey's, you know what I mean? Those aren't the same
Yeah.
thing. Those are
A
Oh,
little bit
I knew
different.
they weren't
different.
stars, and I said there's no. I told my friend, I said there's no way a satellite is going to move around like that in the sky. It's going to look more like a star. It's going to kind of just glide along.
That
This thing
Yeah.
would
hollow,
start.
that
This
hollow
thing would.
thing Clifford, that hollow thing that you see in the middle, that's what they drive around and those little cloud things are. That's
Yeah,
what
that
that
one
circle
Yeah.
is in the
picture.
middle.
If you see that one picture, it almost looks like a V in there.
Yeah, there is a being in there. It's a fairy. It's a male fairy.
Yeah, it looks like the letter V.
Yeah.
It's a white circle with a letter V in it. It's a dark.
Yeah.
You can see it clear as
Interesting.
day.
That's the like the little thing. That's the little place where they sit. They create these energy balls around themselves that
Yeah.
they can float around and travel around in. Those ones look like clouds. That's why it would look like a puffy thing,
Yep.
like it did in your picture. And they can change colors. They can change red and blue and be sparkly and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So yeah, those are cloud fairies.
Okay, because they're up there every night.
Yeah, they're just hanging out. They
Okay.
like
Well, that's
the
cool.
spot and they like it, and they'll stick around there for a while.
If you go to my profile, Commander, the
Yeah.
one that's around, it's a white one. You can clearly see. I mean, very clearly see like a letter V in there.
Well, I'm going to check
It's
it
a
out.
dark.
I will
It's a
definitely check
dark.
it
It's
out.
a dark. It's clear as anything. You don't even have to try to look at it. You can see it right away.
Remember that cloud being I brought up, Commander, that was in my background?
Yeah.
That's the same thing like that.
Okay. Oh,
Except
good.
that this being was actually in the ball, not half out of it.
Wow. Very
So
cool.
just like that.
And speaking of cool, we're at 88.1. We need to get to 100,000. We need to get to 100,000. We're at we have 241 people on here.
Did you pin your new goal?
No, I didn't actually. Let me see here. Who's tapping?
I am.
Cliff is tapping. Oh, good, Cliff. You're doing a
I
good
was trying
job.
to bring you up some.
Cliff, you're
You're
so
doing good.
loud. Jeez.
I'm sorry.
No, you're a good
Stop
tapper,
breathing
man. You know how
heavy.
to
April,
tap.
I
Heavy.
got something I want to send to you, but I need your address. I got something for April I want to send to her. I got it from my friend, but he don't want it. So, but
That's not
they
what I
sell
wanna do.
these on TikTok. It's that very, very bright flashlight, very
Okay.
bright. It's it does bright, dim, and then strobe. But then there's also LED lights down the side. You have to hold the power button in to activate those. And that
Okay.
has bright, dim, but then it has red, and then it has red and blue, and they flash back and forth.
Okay.
Huh.
Oh,
But
to
this is
communicate.
it's
communicate?
rechargeable. It uses the same charger as your phone. If your phone uses the C adapter,
Yep. I got all
that's
different
what this
kinds of chargers.
that's what this charges. But you don't have to buy batteries for it.
Awesome. Thank you.
And I
Very good.
figured
Very good.
for out in your woods, or when you go to the C5, because this thing is very, very bright, and it zooms in and out. You can either spot it or make a floodlight. It's very
Clifford,
bright.
do you think at this point that I need that?
Should-
Well,
should-
maybe
Cliff,
not.
think about it.
Maybe not at your house, but maybe when you go to the C5, because it's
Well,
going to be dark
let me
out
tell you
there.
something. On the 13th of April, when we do the C5 at the Apple Orchard, I just made the video. I haven't posted. I'm still drafting it, but I'll be posting it to only friends. So I'm sending it not to everybody, only the friends on my TikTok list. Those that are in our region, obviously, I'm going to have people email me who are interested in going, and I'll be sharing that video between now and the weekend. It'll be. I'm still working on it.
I've been talking it up, Commander, because people need to see this.
Yeah, they do.
We're gonna be live streaming, guys.
Live streaming, and you're going to see my father, Commander Obar, with the Ashtar Command on the ship, has stated that they're planning to do something that night that we're going to be able to record, and I think it's going to blow your mind. We do When we get together, we do a Christed meditation, a prayer. We always clear the area. We clear all the energy from anyone who was visiting the orchards. We clear all the energy out. And then when we have this, we're going to broadcast our encounter show live at 8 o'clock, April 13th on a Saturday night. And you're going to see whatever we're seeing. When the spaceship or spaceships, or I don't even know how they're going to do this, but you're going to see real spaceships. Let's put it this way. Oh, thank you. We reached 100,000 at 1:30 a.m. in the morning. So you're going to see real spaceships. And, you know, it's just going to be an amazing night. It really will be, you know. Oh, thank you. Thank you, yeah. And, you know, we have to send our love out. One of the things the commander does, and I know they're listening to our show on the ship, is that I want you to know that all the space people on the ship love all of you. You know, I know that in my heart of hearts that you're loved by every single space person, man, woman, child on the ship. The care they have for our planet, for you, is more than you can ever understand. When I came to Earth, it was a big decision to come here and go through this. For all of us, for all of you that are out there that are Starseed, it was a big step to take. You're all part of this. You're all included in this. There's no exclusivity. It's not like we're Hollywood, stars or something. We're very humble people that have Earth-based bodies. We work here on Earth, but we come from other planets as you do. But we're here fully conscious in our memory as to what we're doing. And that's why we are such a threat to the world governments, because we're going to be the ones, they're going to be the first wave of people to bring back information to all of you, So with that, I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to send my love to all of the viewers all over the world. And you're all beautiful people. The broadcast on April 13th will be at 8 o'clock Eastern. It will be an Ashtar Command contact program, project, a gathering. We have an Ashtar Command contact CE5 group here in New England for over 11 plus years. For those who don't know me, I love you, Commander. Good night. Take care. Have a good night, April. We'll see you. I know April will have more things to talk about that she wasn't able to express tonight. Certain things will be transmitted to each of the three of us with April. That is for private communications from the ship. And we will keep that private, and we will honor our star people on the ship with that information. I thank you for all the gifts, everybody. I thank you for watching this show. It's become a show more than I ever thought it would be. It really has been. But every one of you are an integral part of the show, whether you're watching it, coming on as a guest, giving gifts. Everything you do here, I appreciate. I appreciate all of you. So I will do,
you too.
I'm going to do one thing for each of you. I'm going to go off the green screen and do this. Let me take off. My green screen will be working tomorrow night. I guarantee it. Let me just do this here. I'm going to go off the green screen. Okay, and I don't think, so I'm off the green screen, but I'm going to do one thing here. I want everyone to close their eyes, and again, in my thanks, I'm going to gift you all with a healing. I ask the Ashtar Command and the Christed beings of light to give people a sense of peace, and we send loving energy to everybody here around the planet. So my palm will become activated. There's a heat energy that comes through me. I'm very activated. I will share this. Close your eyes, please. That's it. That's my gift to you, to all of you. And my love for all of you, the Ashtar Command, our space family on the ships love you. I know I can speak for them on behalf of our families on the ship, that there are things that are going to happen, folks, that nobody on any social media will be able to do what we're doing here. I don't care if they've been on the most popular UFO talk show on YouTube. I don't care if they've been on Discovery Channel or History Channel. This is where you're going to get the information right here on this program. And I'm speaking now in my commandership when I speak to you, and revealing more of my commandership with the Ashtar Command. Like I said, this is my bodysuit, and I use it well. And I love all of you. Join us tomorrow night for another edition of Encounters, a show that's truly out of this world. Much peace and love to each of you. May you go in peace tonight, always. Cliff, take care. And Simply Ellie, thank you for being here.
Yes.
If you're
Good night
still
to you.
Simply Ellie, are you still awake, Simply Ellie, or are you just? I hope she didn't fall asleep on us. She might have fallen asleep. Anyway, I love you all. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow night. Oh, you're still here. Good.
Yes.
We're sending our blessings to you, Ellie. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Always, always. Take care, everybody. We'll see you later, and definitely tomorrow night. More information.